Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to do the Draw My Life challenge. So stay tuned. So it all began in Hamilton, Georgia. That's where I was raised. In Georgia, women that are from Georgia, born and raised, I call Georgia peaches, so that's what that was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a peach. But I am the youngest of 4 girls, 4 by my dad and 3 by my mom. My dad had a daughter before him and my mom got married. But that's me, the youngest. I was born January 14, 1980 something or another. So, moving on, shortly after I was born, while I was young, very young, my parents did get married. My parents were married when I was born, but shortly after I was born, my parents got divorced. So I never grew up with my dad in the house, but I did grow up with my dad in my life. So growing up, I've always been pretty quiet and shy. And growing up, I was extremely shy and quiet, and I kept to myself a lot. And I was very timid. I was a good student at school because I was so shy and quiet. I always just followed the rules and did what I was told, and I was just a bit of a loner. When I was really young, I loved music. I loved to sing. I loved to dance. I even would make up songs of my own. And I also sang in the church choir. That wasn't necessarily something that I wanted to do. It was kind of something that I had to do. So that's like supposed to be sheet music and these are supposed to be ballerina slippers from where I love to dance. Don't quite look like that, but hey, I never took formal dance. I was just way too shy and timid to go to dance class. Even though my sister did, I never did. So as I got older, I started to play sports. I cheered in elementary school, and I also played softball, which I loved. I did that for a while. I did that for like 2 years, I think, and I loved it. And as I got older, I became interested in cheerleading. It like consumed my life. The first time I tried out, I didn't make it, but that next time after that, that's pretty much what life was for me, cheerleading. I made it in the 8th grade, and that was what I did for the rest of my life, pretty much. So I went to high school. Besides cheerleading, I actually fell in love. I actually got my first real boyfriend. Everything was all good. Everything was cupcakes and giggles. And we were together for like a year. And it was indescribable. That was my first love. And this is supposed to be Cupid. We laughed, and he was so funny. He made me laugh, and everything was all good. But after a while, things just didn't work out, and we kept breaking up and getting back together, and breaking up and getting back together. And finally, we broke up, and he moved on, and that's me crying. It was so sad. I was so sad. But anyways, moving on, after me and him broke up, I actually started hanging out with friends of mine and moved on with life. And I finally graduated high school. Graduated high school, not thinking about him, class of 2003. I guess I'm showing my age now. And after I graduated high school, I packed up my stuff and I moved and was preparing to go to college. I moved to Atlanta, and I went to a private school, and whoa, it was so different For the longest time, I was so homesick because I left a lot of my friends behind and I left some of my family behind. But I had to do what I had to do to go to college, you guys. And probably my first day of class, I met two of my friends, two of my awesome friends that I'm still friends with now. We met on our first day going to class. And we had so many good times together, and we had some bad times. That's supposed to be like a son or whatever. But we had a lot of fun together and a lot of experiences, and we are still friends now. I just saw them like back in October. And so I graduated college, oh yeah, with a bachelor's degree in fine arts for fashion design and marketing, and that was in 2006. So yep, all three of us have graduated college. So we're all beautiful, educated black women. Thank you very much. So after college, after I stayed in Atlanta for a while, I moved back home. And I started dating a guy that I knew back in high school. We did not go to the same high school. This is not my first love. This was somebody different. But we just started dating and everything was all good. I don't know why I started dating this person, but we dated. Everything was all good. And then the unthinkable happened. This douchebag cheated on me with this old nappy-headed heifer. That's her right there looking like a hot mess. And guess what, y'all? He got her pregnant. They had a baby together. So there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of off and on, a lot of up and down. That's supposed to be when, like the sound baby makes when they cry. Excuse me, you guys, but I'm a little under the weather. But after all the ups and downs and back and forth and, all the trouble, we did get back together. But things just never really ended up being the way it was. And I just finally realized after a year of a lot of bad stuff and different types of abuse, I realized that it was just time to be over and time to go. So me and my two friends that I met in college, that I told you guys I met on the first day of class, we decided to celebrate one of their birthdays. So we went to Atlanta and we were just hanging out and partying and having a good time. And then at the end of the night, we went to a diner to get something to eat and to meet up with some other people we knew. And that is when I met my Prince Charming. This is supposed to be a crown, even though it looks really crazy. That's what it's supposed to be. But I met my Prince Charming and we fell in love and we got married. And the rest is history, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, be beautiful.